As a marketer, before you even start thinking about CTAs, ads, landing page copy, etc., you need to take a step back if you haven't gone through the customer journey yet. Because if you haven't done it yet, you're basically doing random acts of marketing, which is what we want to avoid at all costs. This is the number one thing I would recommend every marketer do in their new role, or also when they're stuck with their marketing, going back to the customer journey and seeing if the customer journey itself is optimized and where there is potential to improve it. A customer journey is a comprehensive map of every interaction a customer has with your brand, from the first time they hear about you to them leaving or them being a loyal customer and advocating for you. Understanding this journey is really important because it reveals pain points and opportunities to improve upon. It helps you uncover any questions that the customers and potential customers might be having while going through the journey, and you can address them in the content you post on your website, etc. It also helps align marketing efforts with actual customer needs. As a marketer, of course, you know how important it is to justify your marketing efforts to everyone else in other teams, in your own team, to the management, and a customer journey can help you also make an argument for doing something like focusing on brand marketing or focusing on creating more content that answers customer questions, etc. And also because you give a score to every phase of the customer journey while you're analyzing it and documenting it, you are also going to see where the opportunities are and where to allocate more of your resources, which is of course also crucial because in marketing, you know how it is. You ideally would want to do 100 things at once, but you need to prioritize. So if you give each phase a score, how optimized it is, you will know what to focus on, and then you can prioritize that for the next quarter, for example. So that is also really important. A customer journey has lots of different stages. So there is a discovery stage, evaluation, action, conversion, onboarding, usage, retention, and advocacy. And every stage may require a slightly different approach to research itself. But the first thing you do is, of course, start with research, like many other marketing strategy, marketing projects. So you can gather data from Google Analytics, like what pages are people clicking on, or Google Search Console, where you can see what people are typing into the search engine to find your website and find your blog posts, etc. You can also do customer interviews, so you can reach out to your clients, offer maybe something in return, like a gift card, and ask them how did they find you, what was the onboarding like, would they recommend you to a friend, and if not, why not? If yes, why so? Ask open-ended questions about different stages of the customer journey, and then hopefully you learn something as well. You can also, of course, do target audience interviews, which is different from customer interviews. So interviewing people that are within your target audience. Let's say it's head of marketing. Head of marketing is the target audience, head of marketing at B2B fintech startups. You interview those people, you ask them questions about their day-to-day life, what tools they use, what would help them decide to choose, I don't know, a startup like your startup or your service, and go from there. Then you can also take a look at support tickets. I think you can learn a lot from the customer support team. If you have a customer support team or customer success team, they typically have a lot of insights about the pain points of customers, the aha moments, and everything in between, basically. So do talk to your customer success and customer support teams. You can also watch the sales calls and analyze those to help you fill out and understand the customer journey better. Other than that, you can also do qualitative research online. So go on different platforms like Reddit, Quora, of course, Google, just Googling pain points and communities, marketing communities, that can also be very helpful. So before we dive into filling out the customer journey and how it works, I want to let you know that in the description below, you will find a customer journey template for Notion that is completely free, and you can get it via the link. together with the Notion for Marketers bundle in case you're interested. So you can get it separately, just the customer journey template, or you can get the full bundle, which is also free for you to use if you want to try out doing it in Notion. After you've done your research, which is the biggest part of this customer journey exercise, you can identify the key stages, like of course awareness, consideration, decision, onboarding, etc. And that you will also see in a template that I'll show you in a second. And you can document all the touch points, like touch points with your startup. So it can be the website, social media accounts, or your emails, your product itself, out-of-home advertising, and more. You can also start noting down what customers are feeling or maybe feeling in every stage of the journey. Do they feel frustrated? Do they feel happy, excited, overwhelmed? For every part of the customer journey, you can also note down an emotion. And you'll see that also in a template in a second. After that, you can identify the pain points and content needs as well. The content needs is something I have added to the customer journey because I feel like while you're doing this exercise, you're going to get a lot of content ideas. And what a better way to write it down than just like right away next to the stage of the customer journey, which content you need to create for which stage. I think that makes total sense. So if you prefer to keep them separate, content ideas and customer journey, you can also ignore that column in the template. But I highly recommend it. As for my last few tips on customer journey mapping before we dive into the template, first, talk to your customers, potential customers, target audience. I think nothing compares to actually speaking to people yourself as a marketer. When I started at Magier, I knew there was already some research done, like some interviews have been done before and the findings have been documented, but after reading all of the findings, I still felt like I just couldn't relate to all the problems, couldn't understand some of the things. At some stages, I wasn't sure about still. So I decided to conduct interviews myself, and that really helped me understand what are the blockers people have with the product, what are the challenges, why would someone not decide to go for the solution, why would someone recommend us, why would someone not recommend us, would people be interested in a referral program or not. Like you can learn so many things, like what content also would you need to create to engage those people. It's super important to talk to your customers yourself. So that's my one tip. And then also second tip is including both positive and negative experiences with the service or product that you have. The customer journey is really about understanding the status quo, kind of what is the customer's experience right now in this moment with your product or service and with your business. So you need to be really honest about what that looks like. Don't just include the positives, include also where your marketing and where your positioning is off. You need to note it down and you'll be able to do so easily with the template. And my third tip is you can document this customer journey, and then in 6 months you can come back to it and compare what has changed, where you have improved. You can score every stage again and see what you want to focus on next. I think that is a good indicator also of the development in terms of marketing, in terms of, you know, growth as well. If you're not seeing growth, if you're seeing big growth, what have you achieved, what have you improved over the past quarter or 2 quarters, and where do you want to go forward. So customer journey is like the resource that you can always come back to when you're stuck. So now, with that said, we can dive into the template. So here is a customer journey template in Notion, and you can see there are different phases of the customer journey, like I mentioned. There are touch points, actions, emotions, questions, opportunities, content ideas, a rating, messaging, and notes that you can write down after you've done your research, and you can fill it out and come back to it whenever you like. Underneath here, you can also brainstorm tasks from your customer journey learnings. So this is just an easy way to do this. You can move these tasks later quite easily to your tasks database in Notion to actually act upon these findings, because I feel like any strategic marketing exercise is completely useless if you don't actually create action points and tasks from your findings. So that is super important to me, and I think that is also why I have the content ideas column in there and why I have tasks area here, because I've seen so many customer journey maps that just empower you to analyze but not to actually implement and change things. So I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I've been feeling like I need to combine both the action part and the strategy part somehow to write down my findings and action items from the research that I'm doing. And to help you understand how a customer journey works better, I also added an example of a customer journey for a B2B fintech SaaS company, kind of a filled out template that you can refer to if you're unsure how to fill out the customer journey table. So for example, let's say this is Stripe, a B2B fintech SaaS company, or any other B2B fintech SaaS company. And starting from the discovery phase, the touch points could be social media ads, kind of the touch points of how the potential clients discover you and learn about you the first time. So it can be, for example, a referral from other businesses or friends. It can be searching on Google. It can be ChatGPT. It can be social media ads. What are the actions that they're taking to find you or to learn about you? Visiting a website, Googling, searching Reddit, asking ChatGPT, like, what is the best payment provider in 2025? Emotions, they might be curious, they might be apprehensive, they might be confused. Next, what are some questions that they may be asking themselves? For example, it could be, has this company worked with companies in my industry before? Or is this company compliant with different regulations like GDPR, etc.? Or how does this compare to my solution right now if they want to switch from a different provider? So these questions you'll also find out if you talk to customers and potential customers and a target audience. So you don't have to know this without doing any research. You will not know what to put here. Opportunities, you check out these channels like social media ads. You type in on Google best fintech software and see if you pop up. And then you can write down opportunities like, for example, appearing for relevant keywords on Google. Keywords like fintech software or like payment provider, best payment provider. That may be an opportunity that you may want to tap into to reach more of your potential customers. Then content ideas, like I said, while doing this exercise of customer journey planning, you may get some content ideas like writing a blog post about how this software helped the company, like creating more case studies, adding more social proof to your website, stuff like that. Then you can give this phase a rating from 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. In this case, I would say, like, I don't know, 2, because we don't appear for relevant keywords and we are not on any like relevant community blogs, community forums. And the core messaging column is basically in every stage of the customer journey, your messaging might want to highlight something specific to that stage of the journey. In the discovery stage, for example, you may want to highlight that you are that many companies trust you that are very like big and respected and popular for social proof. So you may want to highlight that, or you may want to highlight that you integrate with other tools seamlessly. It all depends on what the interviews that you led with clients, potential clients, what you found out there. But basically, in every stage, you may want to highlight something different. For example, in the action conversion stage, where people sign up for a demo or they sign up to your product, you may want to highlight there are no hidden fees. The payment plans are very flexible. You can cancel anytime. There is a satisfaction guarantee, money back guarantee. So those are the things you may want to highlight in that stage, but it's not needed in the discovery stage, for example, not as much. So that is the messaging column. And for notes, you can just add any notes, anything that goes through your head. I feel like it's very helpful to have that. And you do this basically for every single phase of the customer journey. Fill out this template. And also, if you have any ideas for tasks for yourself or the marketing team, you can also write them down here in the tasks. area. Underneath I also added, just as a reminder, a very typical sales funnel, the top of funnel stage, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, and what people may expect from you at every stage of the funnel, just to be aware of that. So I hope this helps you understand why a customer journey is important, why you really should not be working on ads or copy or anything else before you understood where the pitfalls are, where the stages of the customer journey are not optimized. And if you go to the description below, like I said, you'll get this template that I showed you for free. So best of luck. And as for my last words, I want to say, if you're stuck with your marketing, if you're not growing, if what you're doing is not yielding results, it's always good to come back to the customer journey and document. Document first, improve second. And then you won't be doing random acts of marketing anymore. You'll have clarity and it will all be great. So best of luck. And if you have any questions, leave them down below. Thank you. Bye-bye.